Look through some of the inside pages for you. Sound on Mars, on the planet Mars. So what does sound sound like on Mars? So the new revelation is, for the first time ever, they've recorded the speed of sound on Mars. And it's been officially recorded at 240 meters per second. So you're saying, what's the significance of that? So, as our director has just said in my ear, very clever, that is slower than the average on Earth, which is 340 meters per second. So, the result of that, you'll be asking, what would be the result of that if you were talking on Mars? And as the article quite rightly points out, you would obviously still have your helmet on because the conversation wouldn't be normal because you'd have a helmet on. So that would be the most obvious barrier to a normal conversation. But what it would mean is two things. One is you would hear the voice later and can you look interested? I'll look this way. Which camera? So the interesting thing here is that one thing is, which is it, camera 3? What am I? What, a 4? No, I wanted a single because I think we just need to remove. There we are. The interesting thing you'll be asking at home is, what is the effect of that on a conversation you might have on Mars? So the effect of that is, one, you wouldn't hear the voice. You wouldn't hear the voice as quickly. It would take a while to travel, and also it would be quite a bit quieter. So now you know. If you're having a conversation on Mars shortly, we know the official details on that.
I'm sweating.
It's nice when people pay attention, isn't it, to what you're saying? It really is. Have you got a story? Do you need more? Has anyone in the gallery, anyone in the room got any more questions about sound on Mars?
No, Tim, though, is our director. He's very clever.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
No, he's very, very clever.
Actually.
He knew that.
Emails, all that kind of thing. Do that.
If you were to do a T-Rex impression, Tyrannosaurus Rex impression, how would you do it? What would you say?
Do you think that's going to happen now?
No, but how would you do it? Tell me.
I'm not going to.
Tell me how you do it. You don't have to do it.
I don't. Well, it'd be noise-based, I suppose.
Oh, would it?
Mm.
What physically? What characteristics would you?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Well, tiny arms. Yeah. It's all about the tiny arms with T-Rex.
Did they all have? Oh, a T-Rex specifically.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah. So Tyrannosaurus Rex had very small arms, right? And the reason being, and it's confounded scientists for ages, right? The reason the T-Rex had small arms was to stop them being bitten off by rivals when they had a fight. So, like, you know, he could go in head first kind of thing with his powerful jaw and, you know, chomp down on flesh and stuff. But then he could keep his arms away because they were so small. So that's why they reckon they have... if you wondered how much attention we pay to each other, Charlie is now scribbling back on that very interesting story about the speed of sound on Mars.
Interestingly, I've that's fine. And interestingly, these researchers said they put the microphones on the SuperCam on NASA's Perseverance rover, which touched down last year, you'll remember. And what they found, and this doesn't sound terribly scientific, they found that Mars is a very quiet place with only the wind to generate noise.
Well,
6:20 is the time.
There might be tumbleweeds there,
6:20 is the time.